Hey, Kayla, we'll get started with questions from Kent. Kent, go ahead.
Hey, Kayla. Coach was talking yesterday about not letting bad runs get extended. That if there's a couple of, one of the problems has been that when there's been a couple bad possessions or a couple bad defensive executions, that it kind of gets on a roll, and the key is to stop it or stop the bleeding, as she said. What do you think is the key to that?
I think just trusting each other on both ends of the floor. Obviously we know that there's always going to be ebb and flow in games, but being able to we always talk about stop the bleeding. That's just something, picking up our energy, picking up our intensity, slowing down on offense, and just doing what we know how to do. I mean, this league is too good to let teams go on long runs and, not stop the bleeding. So just kind of figuring out our ways to get our confidence back, get the momentum back. And that's something we've been talking about the last couple of days.
Coach thinks that the half-court defensive execution is pretty good, that the problem comes in transition. I guess the best way to stop that is to execute better on the offensive end, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, it's a process. Putting the new pieces together, playing through injuries, stuff like that. It's just about believing in each other, believing in ourselves, and just trying to clean up things as best as possible, be more consistent. I think that's been our biggest thing, is we have moments where it's really good, and then moments, that teams have been able to take advantage of. So just trying to be consistent in that, and understanding who we are. I think part of our identity is still left to be unknown, and who we are. I think we know who we are on the defensive end, but figuring out who we are on the offensive end is still something that we're trying to figure out.
Thank you.
Howard, go ahead.
Hey, Kayla, good to chat with you as always. I'm hoping I could take you back in the time machine, if I could, to 2013 and your decision to sign with Tisha. And she talked about how it was her first draft class. She was only a year out of playing in the league. Take me through what you remember from that period of time and sort of how that decision came about on your end.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of a whirlwind of a time anyway, because everything was really new. Obviously, I was really still focused on playing for Notre Dame and things like that. But Tisha was one of the first people that reached out to me for the next chapter. And the biggest thing with T, I mean, she's still my agent today, and all the things that we've been through the last 8 years. But the thing that really stuck out to me with T was how much she wanted to get to know my family. I think we were at the ACC tournament, and she really went and got to know them. And everybody who knows me knows me to be close to my family. So that was something that always stuck out with me. And she's kind of treated me like family this whole time. So I've been really fortunate to have this time with her. And in that process, in that whirlwind of a process, and all the new, Tisha was a big part of me just kind of seamlessly moving into the professional life. Every up and down, she's been there. So I'm thankful for my choice, and I don't know what my career would be without her.
And just related to that, to have that history, to going on 8 years, for you to have this moment this past offseason where you got to, for the first time, largely because of the change in the CBA, be able to self-direct your WNBA future. How significant was it to share that with her, somebody who's been there the whole time? And do you remember that moment, that phone call you got from her, sort of when it was all done?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's like I said, it's a whirlwind. Your professional career goes by so fast. So you always remember the people and the moments. And that was definitely one of the big ones for us in our relationship. Obviously coming into the free agency, I knew she was going to have my back. And I think that was the biggest thing that made the decision a lot easier. Like I said, T is family. She's been in my Ring of Honor ceremony, all the All-Stars, everything. So this is just another part of that process. And, I knew that she knew the things that I wanted and I was looking for, and I knew she was going to make sure that she, told the other teams the things that I wanted to be a part of. And she made the process seamless yet again for me. But it's a special moment, because it was my first time being a free agent, and just knowing that I could share that with her, and she was happy about my decision, and she was proud of me. So, that's always the biggest thing.
Thanks, Taylor. Appreciate it.
Jeff, go ahead.
Hey, Kayla, good to see you. I'm just curious to get your take on what is it like to have two teammates and a coach who are going to be part of the U.S. Olympic team, and kind of to piggyback off that, if I have it right, Nafisa got the call that she was on the team while you guys were traveling.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like to be able to share that moment with a teammate when you knew that, when she knew what that call was for?
I mean, first and foremost, I'm just proud, to be a part of this organization first. But it's not even about, them. I mean, it's about them being Olympians, but it's about the people that they are, experiencing them every day. I've only been here a short time, but, what they exude so much more is just being good people of good character. And I think that's just a testament to who they are as basketball players. So, and people. So I'm just really proud of them. Can't wait to cheer them on. Obviously playing for an assistant coach. The team is amazing. Sil, and Fee having her first time, and being able to see her face when she got the phone call from Carol was one of one. So really proud of them, excited for them, and definitely gonna cheer for goal for them.
Any last questions for Kayla? All right, good luck tonight, K-Mac. Have a good day.
Thanks.
With me.
Hey, Jess, we will get started with questions from Kent. Kent, go ahead.
Hey, Jess, just wanting to know how you're feeling and how difficult it was to kind of rehab that adductor issue. And was that something that you tried to play through for a while before you finally just decided to shut it down for a while?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Just how, just talk about the process of rehabbing that issue and getting back on the court. I mean, it seemed like that was something you tried to kind of play through for a while.
I think anytime as an athlete, you want to be on the court. And so anytime that they'll say that they think it's best to, maybe take a step back and focus on rehab, I think it's tough. But obviously we have a great training staff here and I trust whatever they tell me that we're going to do. So overall, the process was good.
And just kind of in general, how good a playing shape do you think you're in now? I would imagine that's a difficult injury to rehab while still staying in game shape.
Yeah. I mean, we'll find out at some point here, but I think that was one of the things that they told me I couldn't do was extra. And so, we found ways to do cardio without irritating that area, but obviously nothing's like playing in a game.
Thank you.
Howard, go ahead.
Hey, Jess, Howard Magdal here. Good to chat with you always. The fact that you went through the extended time off from your knee injury, I'm just wondering how that has helped you from like an emotional, intellectual point of view of being able to handle this. I know that was your first extended time like that. And I'm wondering how often you sort of draw from those lessons for what you're going through now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, again, anytime as an athlete that you have to sit out, it's a hard thing. But I think, it's what you make of it. So, just using that time to grow, develop other parts of my game that, I hadn't had time to just sit there and work on shooting or sit there and work on just different areas. So I think for me, anytime that you have an injury, it's just, what you make of it, how you go about it each day. And, I'm always going to have a positive mindset.
And just related to the on the court, when you're back on there, you've obviously been at different stops throughout your career, in college where you weren't necessarily able to utilize every aspect of your game, both interior and exterior. I'm wondering how significant it is to be here in Minnesota where you have that opportunity, where the offense is built for someone like you to get the opportunity to get shots anywhere on the court.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fun. I mean, I love to pass the ball. I love to, just see the court. And I always know that our coaching staff is going to put us in the best positions possible. They're going to make sure that we're scoring in efficient ways and just setting us up for success. So I think just going out there every game and knowing, what the staff told us is going to be there is going to be there. And if it's not, they're going to, adjust throughout the game.
Thanks for the insights as always.
Any other questions for Jess? Alrighty, thank you, Jess. Good luck tonight.
Thanks.